coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Tennessee Titans and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. This fielded right at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, called it the 26. Now Hall to start the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Now this defense for the Lions, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Here's Fields now on second down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he heard all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
On second down, a run with Hall. And he's got some space here. And now off to the races down the right right side. Touchdown, Titans. Breece Hall, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from evening this one up. Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about...
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Brandon, after last week, we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance, rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. They'll run with Hall, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On the option left is Fields. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Justin Fields doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the Titans have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 74 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll run here with Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? Again, it'll be Akers. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Here's Akers. They try and run. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but 4th down coming up. Out now Andrew Mevis for the field goal. from the left hash, a chip shot here. Mevis knocks this one through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just a field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Fields. And he comes back with one complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. It got his man complete. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions are once again back in front. Extra point by Mevis is up and good. And it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Here's Ross. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the play.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown. John Ross, 77 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point by Mevis is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Now it's Fields. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. On 1st down, it's Fields. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 106 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Back to throw, Fields. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And that is no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
And this is a commentary in today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Cam Akers, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Beavis is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Here's Fields. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action now. Wilson. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Going right back to Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 109 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Divine Diablo there to make the stop.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a 1st down. From the 50, here's Fields. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. That one goes for 24 yards. Fields on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Play action. It's Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing on third down, Fields. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Play action. Now Wilson. And Shark calls it in. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That's good for 28 yards. They'll run on first down with Akers. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. They'll go again here with Akers. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. A give, running right is Akers. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Cam Akers with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point by Mevis is up and good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
This offense so far on third down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run with Hall. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Forced out to his left. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Fields. Throwing left side, it's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. Fields. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on second down. Fields. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Throwing again is Fields. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he is all the way up past the 25.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Steps away. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. Going deep downfield for Ross. And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Titans are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Eluding the pressure right. Downfield, and he's got Olave. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Aaron Donald able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Fields flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And it'll be intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards They'll try to run some time. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens, things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
They'll look to run with Hall. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Breece Hall, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Fields trying to throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.